What's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore,
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
and this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
What
Yo,
it do?
I saw some wild shit, Pat.
We starting with the wild.
I'm gonna see if I can send it to you because I shared it. I mean, I saved it. I'm gonna see if I can find it and I can share it with you. That shit had me like, oh, y'all out here really, really wilding.
I was sent a video today that I won't show you guys. I won't do a video on, but it was a dog taking a full dump of and it was all worms. It was all like live worms. And I sat there and I just watched the whole thing.
Thanks for not showing that one.
It was a lot. You sent it?
Yeah.
IG?
Yeah, I'm sure you probably already saw it too, because it's on your favorite account.
Oh. No. Sex trafficking suspected after a group of women find men in their room. Okay, so real quick, do we want to start here? You said, "Hey, what's up? I'm Tahir Moore. I'm Patrick Cloud."
But this is true on brand. This is the craziness that you see on the internet, so other people can be aware of it. Because it's a long video, so we don't have to watch the whole video, but we can give it the gist of it.
I was gonna start with a fun fact about ice trays. So let's ease into your story. Here's
the thing. I don't think we should come out of there and go right into an ad. So if we go do that one, we need to either do it after an ad, or we need to do that one, then the ice tray, then the ad. But we
can't. I'll hide it. We'll hide it. Okay, so we're gonna be doing. Okay, so that's the theme of this episode. It's just horrible sandwiches. Okay, we're gonna say something horrible, but we're gonna bookend it with some some lighthearted stuff. All right, bookend number one. Ice trays. How do you, when you fill up an ice tray, how do you get water into it?
I just take it to the faucet.
And you just let it in, and it kind of just bounces out all uneven levels and stuff.
Nah, I'll turn the faucet on, and I just do this, and then the other side, and then it's full.
Okay, I respect that.
I mean,
I just let it have I just let the water pour on over it, and it actually leaves you with uneven ice cubes. Did you know this?
It splashes everywhere. It takes forever. Proper way to do it is hold it on an angle, put it under the water, and it will fill itself.
What?
One will pour into the other, and that is how you do it. Perfect. Don't ever fill your ice tray like that.
Nothing. No story with that. Nothing that goes along with that. Just in case you didn't know, we started with some very different on different sides of the spectrum. But yeah, just lean it, and it just fills in. All right, moving right along. Second layer in the horrible sandwich. If you are having a bad day, this dude, his name's Dan, 21 years old. He split with his girlfriend a day before her entire family won almost $62 million. Everyone, including her sister's boyfriend, got $12 million each. Now, first of all, that's just irresponsible on the parents. How are you giving the kids and the kids' boyfriends that much money? But if that happened, how do you move? Imagine all the days he was just like, I'm gonna break up with her. No, I'm gonna just power through this with her, and then
you gotta block her. You gotta block her on social media because she's about to start living her best fucking life ever.
Oh.
Do you see me? She not only is she gonna live her best life ever, she's probably gonna hit up some of your friends and invite them to some of the parties that she's gonna be having, just so everyone you know will be sharing the same thing, sharing in her bliss, except for you.
Do not be Dan. Work it out. Because you never know. 12 mil is a lot to get just from association. That is
a lot. They split it evenly. The boyfriend had to be there for 5 to 10 years at this point, because It's no way like he's just a regular guy like they've been dating for like a year and a half and he get 12 million. That can't be the case. He had to be a boyfriend for like 5 to 10 years, bro. I'm calling it. And they're like, hey, here's 12 million. Make an honest woman out of our daughter. We're tired of this shit.
That's wild because I mean, him leaving did make everybody get a significant, like, a lot more.
Yeah. It was what? It's 4 of them? No, 5 of them.
Yep, there's 5. I don't even know. I was gonna leave and do the
62.
The calculator math.
By 5.
Is 10.
So yeah, 12.4 is what they would have got if it was just them, and it was a full 62 million. So if it was Dan included, they would have got about 10 million each. That's still good though.
That's still very good.
That's still good. So everybody would have walked away probably with like 9 and some change.
Oof. That photo on the left looks like he just found out.
You're like, bro, did you know Allie, dad hit the lottery and she just won $62 million? He's like, what?
Allie.
He's like, not only that, they gave Jason like 12 fucking million. They're not even married. He's just like, what?
You'd probably be upset if you found out they won that money, first of all, and then you found out that the boyfriend that you probably just knew or was cool with from being around got 12 and even cut, which is ridiculous. Why would he get an even cut? That's wild.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. He got to be family at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way he can leave after they done gifted you 12 million. You got to work whatever out. But that's the gift and the curse though. Like that's when you really got to decide if it's worth it. And like I don't know, man. I have not a lot, but maybe 1 or 2 exes where no amount of money would make me go back. Like I couldn't do it.
Really?
No, man. Not unless we were together and we just bought houses right next to each other, but we didn't have to like be around each other. And if that's the case, why y'all together?
I didn't lose. I feel like I didn't leave any relationship in that bad of a situation where like it don't got no dollar amount, none.
Well, I mean, we for the most part, most of my relationships have ended on good terms. But like when you get older, you be like, man, that person was toxic, or that person just didn't have good energy, or they always only took, but they never invested back in. Mm-hmm. Like whether that be energy or whatever, like you just don't feel like you just know. I'm sure there are people there are people even at the job we were all deaf. People like, oh, they were cool, but I wouldn't hang out with this person outside of work.
Right. That's wild though, because I mean, if he was already feeling like it was over and he waited and got 12 mil, then he'd be like, I gotta stick around for a little.
Yeah, now you're obligated. You can't just dip after you get 12 mil from the family, bro. I mean, you can, but dog, that's so fucked up to just dip after you got the bread like that.
Yeah, but the dad don't look like he could fight too, so you can tell by the second photo.
Here's the thing: if you got 12 million, this is what money does that people don't realize. Money gives you, like alcohol, a false sense of power and strength. So he would. I see the dad because he can't fight. It looks like he can't fight. Just the way he's like, yeah, we won. Just the way that it looks like he would probably spend 1 or 2 million on trying to get that boy hurt though.
Yeah, but then you still got 12 mil to pay for your medical bills. He don't look like he killing nobody. So yeah, don't be Dan. Yeesh. All right, so horrible sandwich. Here we go. This is a issue of sex trafficking.
All right, so this is long. So let me break it down to them, Pat, exactly what's going on.
Okay.
So scroll it up just a little bit to maybe like 2 minutes in. Go back. Okay, yeah. That's good. So it was this young lady right here and like 3 others. They're in a hotel room, right? They're chilling. Scroll up a little bit so you can see the dude behind the desk. That guy gave a key card to 2 guys who just came up. It was like, yeah, we here to see Jessica.
Is that their name?
Jessica or Jennifer, something like that. Yeah.
But that was their name?
Huh?
But that was their actual name?
Yeah, that was their name. But he didn't know the chick. He knew the room number somehow, and he knew the girl's name. Because when they got in there, they had masks on, and they were like, are you Jessica? Are you Jessica? Are you Jessica? And so they all go downstairs because the girl's like, get the fuck out of the room or whatever. They go downstairs. And dude had just was like, yeah, he didn't give him, the guys that came up didn't give the front desk clerk their last name. He just said, hey, I'm a brother. I might be spending the night. You got some sheets? And then he tried to tip dude $100. But he also tried to negotiate a discount on a parking. So like, how do you tip somebody $100 for letting you in the room and try to get a discount on the parking?
I'm confused. So what happened when they came downstairs? This guy behind the hotel, they found out that he gave keys to these men?
Yes.
For what?
So the guys dipped, right? So the guys dipped after they had, after dude was like, oh, my bad, I apologize. I can see that this really upset you. Can I take you out to accommodate you? It was like, what is even happening? So
can I take you out?
Yes. So two unknown guys get the room key of these four ladies, go in their room. They get the key under false pretense, like they know one of the chicks. They said that they were the brother of the chick. I don't know how they knew the room number. I don't know how they knew the girl's name, but they go up there. And so the whole thing about the sex trafficking is they're saying that this guy behind the desk did not follow protocol. It's just giving away keys to unsuspecting women's rooms and letting guys go up and have their way with them.
And then what was the thing about the whole like discount?
Oh, he was just like the dude was like, yo, can I get discount parking? Because he had parked there, I guess, in the hotel parking spot and asked for discount parking.
The unknown guy, the guy who went upstairs.
Yes.
What the? Okay, here, let me watch a little bit of it.
Trafficking and everything is going on. We came back down here and asked for another key card. This was prior to this last situation that just happened around 3:15 while we're upstairs in the room. They walked in the actual room, two men, one with a mask on. I didn't see them because I was in the room, but they're asking for me. Now, once have we even came in contact with men on this trip?
And they didn't even know who she was because they walked in the door and was like, are you Jessica? Are you Jessica? They didn't even know who she was.
I don't know who he is or who the person is.
I don't even know what they look like.
I asked him, did you even get his ID before you gave him our key card to our room? We have so much designer expensive stuff up there. And not only that, it's COVID. We're not even asking for room service in the room. That is dangerous. You know how much human sex trafficking and everything is going on? You gave somebody access to our room, just on Jessica in this room. I could have sat in the lobby just randomly and listen, oh yeah, what room y'all in? We going up to this room. You didn't even get an ID or anything. I asked him for his first and last name. He gave me the first name. You don't even want to cooperate, but you gave somebody a key card to a room.
We also asked him, did he take the key? He said yes, and then turned around and said no. So, excuse me, I'm sorry.
We can't hear you.
I can record.
Look how close she gets. Watch this.
Inside of this private property,
You cannot,
somebody
a key card.
room where it's all women. So let's not get technical when you were in the room.
Let's not try to start following all
You shouldn't
the
even be
rules.
arguing. She can do that.
This is for my lawyer. This is for lawyer purposes.
So you can hear him.
He said her name was Jessica, not Jessica, and then the room number was
Smith.
34. After he said that, I had asked him, are you guys here just to visit, or just came here? He said he's going to be
Oh, all this new information.
We had a vehicle out there, and I told him that he came to the stand, I'm trying to hit him. And I told him, then he was going to go upstairs. Then he said that he's going to need a new set of sheets to bring up to the room.
He said he was gonna need a new set of sheets.
Well, I
Oh, you did disclose any of this info.
any of this. This is all new.
I'm trying to
I had
get
I had
this
to
going on. Y'all pause, all right?
So her right over here was she
Y'all pause. Let him talk. I'm trying to get the story.
So once he had said that, I had told him I do not have sheets down here at the front desk. I would have to call my security officers to have my security officers bring them up to the room. So then after that, I had gave him the room. Then he pulled out $100 in cash and placed it down right over here. And I looked
Oh,
at
so
you sold us. Whenever y'all look to the camera, you will see that. He pulled the cash, he put it right behind the table. And I looked at him and I was like, what is that for? And then he was like, I'm just over here trying to tip you. And I was like, $100? I was like, do you really need change or like, are you just tipping me $100? He was like, I'm gonna speak with her to see exactly what she wants to do. And I was
Sold us for
$100.
like,
Wow.
I didn't
I
take
think
it.
you should
I
send
didn't
it.
take it from him.
I don't care.
The room number, he
All right, so let's stop right there, Pat.
So I see what you're saying. So basically, you're saying that these guys had $100 to tip, but was tripping about the parking.
Yeah, that was just talking about how ridiculous that was. But here's the scary part of this.
That's all scary.
Yes, but the fact when he asked for sheets, my mind starts like, yo, he was gonna rape them and take the old sheets and put the new sheets down. The fact that he was talking about parking meant that they were planning to do this all night, and then to try to give them try to give old boy $100 just like for letting him do it, or giving him access and shit like that. Like, yo, that's crazy, bro.
That's some
like,
secret society shit. Like, yeah, appreciate you, man. You like you see what I'm doing here. Like, appreciate you. Like, that's wild. That must work if they're bold enough without any pride. Unless obviously it seems like that guy could be lying, but
bro,
that's really scary.
that's really freaking scary, dog.
So is there anything else?
No, they basically just finished talking about the whole thing. It's like 11 minutes long, guys. If you guys want to check it out, it's on Hollywood Unlocked. That's where I saw it this morning. But I just like, as somebody that travels as much as I do, I get my hotel rooms, Farron gets her hotel rooms. It just really rings that reminder to me. When you get in that room, always, like, I got a lot of homegirls that are flight attendants. They always check under the bed. They check the closets, the bathroom, all that type of stuff before you get all the way settled in the room. When you do get settled, hit the latch and hit that door stopper at the top. Man, protect yourselves, because you don't know. We have no idea what these guys are planning or what they would have did if they would have walked in and the girls were asleep. Like, we have no idea. Like, this is
right.
the wildest thing ever. And I definitely hope the guy gets fired, but I know that's not protocol to just let somebody up to the room.
They got to investigate that. That needs an investigation.
Like, bro, I've had problems when we were on tour. I've had problems getting an additional room key, like, because I might have lost my key or got demagnetized. If Kev booked my room, he's the primary on the reservation, he has to come down and say it's okay for me to get the key, and then he has to show his ID. So the fact that this dude did this without their okay, without any validation of ID, without verifying with the women first, total lack of protocol and disrespectful. And honestly, he could be brought up on charges, bro.
That's what I'm saying. This can't just be like, oh, this goes against hotel protocol, you're fired. It has to be like wait, what? Like, how often does this happen? Is this a thing? Does this go higher up at the hotel? Does this go higher up at hotels, period? You know what I mean? This needs to be an investigation. And I know this has nothing to do with why this is horrible, but the fact that was a black man that sent it up to black women is just icing on the cake for this being as terrible as it already is. But I mean, obviously it doesn't matter what race they are. This needs to be investigated, because I didn't even know that was,
it also needs to be reinforced at other hotels, because the Residence Inn, I think that's a Marriott property. That's all we stay in. So it needs to be reiterated in the training. You never ever give a key to somebody that's not a primary or listed as someone staying at that hotel attached to the primary. Like, you never, because the girl says that. She's like, I'm the primary. I booked the rooms. I added her to the reservation so she can get a key if she needed. Those are the only two people that should ever be issued a key, ever. Right. Bro, this is why black women feel like they are unprotected, because shit like this happens. That was a total disrespect to the protocol, disrespect to those ladies. And yeah, somebody said a lawsuit, definitely a lawsuit, because bro, outside of like the normal shit that's going on, COVID's happening right now, putting them at risk for that, and then also their lives at risk. You don't know what these guys are gonna do.
The fact that they asked for sheets,
bro,
and then opened the door and went inside. It wasn't on some like, oh, there's people in there. Obviously, they knew there were people in there, but like, you asked for sheets, you went inside, and you were asking for Jessica. Like, I'm really confused. Like,
how do you not even call them? How do you not call the women like, hey, I have such and such down here saying that it's okay to give him a key or let him up? Like, you don't validate anything, no name, no last name, no ID, no call to the women. It's like, bro, you are guilty. You are guilty in this. You are guilty. There's no way to put it around it. Oh, I didn't know that was. You absolutely know it's not protocol, bro. You absolutely know.
That's the grossest part. They tipped. They were like, appreciate you, brother. I'm not trying to pay for this parking, but for what you just did for me, wink. Like, that's foul as fuck. That is foul as shit. And
why? Yeah, because that. I mean, aside of all the stuff that we've already stated, that it's obvious that the intentions were ill. Why did one of them have a ski mask on?
I thought they meant Corona mask.
Oh, well, either way, I'm just like, bro, like we can't even see the face of them. Like, dog.
Oh, it's gonna be so long before those women travel again. Like, you really did, like, you messed with them, their safety. You know what I mean? Like, you at least think you're safe in your hotel room. Like, what? That's fucked up. That's worse than a burglary if you think about it. Because a burglar looks at the house, breaks something, and wants the stuff on the inside. But somebody referring to you by name when you're out of town just trying to have fun and just walking into your hotel, like, that shatters any sensibility the same way a burglary does. But at least a burglary seems like it's more random. That
just makes me even more cautious, because when you're checking in, there's always people, not always, but sometimes there are people behind you. Sometimes there are people sitting in the lobby, and you're telling them your name and you're giving them that. And then when they hand you the keys, they're like, okay, you're going to be in room 307. Here's your keys. All of that. Now all of that might have to change. Like, all of that may have to change. Like, hey, your room number is inside of your key. Just hand me your ID. I'll pull your name off of that, because this just shows that, like, there are people who are, because they could have a spotter, somebody that's literally just sitting in the hotel lobby, waiting to see who's checking in, listening for room numbers and names, and then they take it back to these guys or whatever. And it's just so scary, bro.
Who's to know how long they were following? They could have been following from the airport. They could have been social media. You could have been known who these people were. You know what I mean? All it takes is looking at Instagram. That's Jessica. That's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. Hey, I'm here for Jessica so-and-so. Like, that's terrifying. So please, everything that Tahir was saying, check your room, hit the latch, hit the little top lock. Do not just depend on that do not disturb, because that is and another thing that's weird for me, and this might be a little darker, but it's like, it seems like they did all of the stuff besides the crime itself. Like, I wonder why when they got in the room, it became like who's Jessica, blah, 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 blah. Like, and then they went downstairs, like, unless they like.
I'm thinking that they were expecting the girls to be asleep and they could take them by surprise. But everybody's up in different rooms and stuff, because the Residence Inn, like, that's the one with, like, the kitchen and all of that. So if you got like a 2-bed in that one, it's 2 rooms. So you walk in and it's like a kitchen area and a sitting area, and then the rooms are kind of sectioned off. So somebody might have been in the sitting area, and then the other girls might have been in the bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Because the bedrooms have doors on it, so it's kind of like sectioned off. So if there was 1 girl or 2 girls in the sitting area, and then 2 more girls in either room, like, then they wouldn't know that all of this shit had kicked off. But it's just like, yo, nigga, it's just so scary, bro. It's so scary.
The fact that people are just out here doing this, and it's like, you watch some shit like Dexter and you be like, oh, people are psychotic when they're by themselves. Then you hear about these stories about, like, groups of people working together, and they're just like talking about it, like, we gonna do this and we gonna do this and that. But it's like, what kind of, like,
the craziest shit ever, bro.
I'll never understand that. Wow.
The craziest shit ever, dog. But anyway.
All right, so let's move on to the bread of this horrible sandwich. All right. That was, I mean, necessary, but
Yeah, very necessary, because I definitely wanted to bring that awareness back to ladies that are traveling. Even when traveling in groups, man, y'all look out for each other. Never travel by yourselves. Even if you're going to get ice, take your homegirl with you, because a lot of these hotels, they don't. Some of the more expensive ones, the fancier ones, do have hotel cameras in the hallway, but a lot of these hotels don't have those cameras in the hallway. And don't stay at any seedy ass motel where the doors they're on the hallways, like you just enter from outside. Don't do that shit. Don't save the money. If you ain't got it, then stay your ass at home. Save up and get it when you got it, but don't go anywhere by yourself, man. It's strength in numbers.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's just shift gears a little bit to we're gonna stay in women in distress, but a different type of distress. Hair. All right, so the Shade Room does this thing. It's one of my favorite
I
things.
love this. This is a perfect way to lighten the mood too.
What I asked for versus what I got. The thing about these stories is, like, it shows me how much nerve people actually have.
Yes.
Like, I understand if you throw a couple extra things you don't know on your resume, but to tell somebody to their face that, yes, if you give me money, I will give you this, knowing you can't do that. All right. So this is what she asked for. The high ponytail, the whip, if you will, the Nicki Minaj, the anaconda. Bro. Bro.
Yo, they could have let her take a work badge off, bro. They could have let her take that McDonald's work badge off, because that's just gonna make it 10 times worse.
Didn't even see that.
That's the first thing I.
The fact that they said, cover your face, let me do a photo so I could stun on these niggas with this after photo.
Bro, what is going on, dog?
How dare you say that you can do this? What you talking about, bro?
What you talking?
How dare you? What do you mean?
Bro, that is the worst.
What do you mean? Everything about it's like, bro, even the beginning. Look at the beginning part.
I look like two different types of hair from the beginning to what was braided in. That's not okay, bro. And look at the little side bang that they try to give it, like the little hair sticking out. It looks nothing like old girl sideburn that's like slicked down and curled like perfectly. No, she looked like Katora from Avatar. Last Airbender. Yeah, look.
I like watching girls do their baby hair. It's like art with the little toothbrush.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. That's what I'm talking about right there. That hair, look over her thumb. She got the hair.
Right.
They didn't even curl it. They just like, yeah, this will work. No, it will not. No, it will not work. Oh, jeez.
Damn. Okay. That was all right. Feel a little better. That's that's just, I mean, that's a lot. That's really just disrespectful. Like, you really just wasted my time and my money. Like, you said you got that Goro. Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. I wish I could search what Goro was.
Listen, I tell you what, man. I don't know what I can do, but I would have to call somebody about that. Somebody got to get in trouble. I need some retribution for that. Speaking of calling, though, if you're going to call somebody, you should use Mint Mobile. Okay, it is the wireless future. Okay, and a lot of companies out here, they're talking about, unlimited data, unlimited talking, all of that type of stuff, and they're charging you ridiculous amounts of money for that. Mint feels like, why are you paying that extra money for all of that stuff that you are not looking for and you're not using at all? If you're still using one of the big wireless providers this year, have you asked yourself what you are really paying for? Between expensive retail stores, inflated prices, and hidden fees, you're being taken advantage of because they know you'll pay. So enter Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile provides the same premium network coverage you're used to, but at a fraction of the cost because everything is online. Mint Mobile saves you on retail locations and overhead, then passes those savings directly to you. Mint Mobile makes it easy. They can cut your bill down to just $15 a month. Okay.
Did you hear that?
Let me say it again. For those that are in the back, I'll say it a little louder. Mint Mobile makes it easy to cut your wireless bill down to just $15 a month. Okay. Every plan comes with unlimited nationwide talk and text, so you don't have to worry about that. With Mint Mobile, you can stop paying for unlimited data that you'll never use. You get to choose between plans that are 3, 8, and 12 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people, you think about the unlimited data and all of that, but let's be real, guys. We're at home right now. Almost all of us have Wi-Fi. With the exception of people who may be watching this on the road or whatever, most of us, I would even dare say 85 to 90% of us are at home or at the job where there is Wi-Fi. So you think about all of that unlimited data that you're paying for, you're not even using unlimited data. Literally go to your bill and see how much data you're using and see if you would be better off with Mint Mobile, okay? You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. You keep the same phone number, so you don't have to worry about all of that. All you do is ditch your old wireless bill and start saving with Mint Mobile. Pat, we looked at our mobile bills, bro. We talked about how crazy it was.
For most of my adult life, I was paying $130-something a month, and then didn't switch providers, didn't add anything, didn't upgrade. It crept up to like $150, and I was on the phone with the guy. Like, I was like, "What is there 3 people on my line?" And they're like, "Nah, it's just you." Now with Mint Mobile, less than 50.
Bro, they hit you with a recycle fee. They hit you with a convenience fee. They hit you with surcharges. They hit you with all of this stuff. And you'd be like, what does this even mean, bro? Like, what does this even mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means you need to check out Mint Mobile. Get your bill down to, at the very lowest, $15 a month. Still get unlimited text and talk. And you get to choose between 3, 8, and 12 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. So if you want to take part in that, if you want to see what this is all about, you want to be on the plan with us, then you need to go to mintmobile.com/DIYS. Again, that's mintmobile.com/DIYS and see how you can cut your wireless bill down to just $15 a month. One more time, mintmobile.com/DIYS and tell them we sent you. There's no way you can do that, but they know.
And Mint got some fly merch. I don't see nobody rocking, all these other phone carrier merch and stuff and hats, but Tahir be out here with the Mint socks and the Mint hat.
I got everything, my boy.
Send it to me, Mint. I want some merch, man. I want some Mint sweats. That'd be hard. Making calls in your little Mint sweats.
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving right on along in this weird thing that we call the internet. This is a good one. This is actually a very good one. Let me go ahead and get my share on. All right. Imagine this before I share. Imagine you're trying to get pregnant with your lady, okay, or your man, and excuse me, you don't want to get pregnant. I completely reverse that. Imagine you just practicing safe sex out here. Condoms not working, not trying to go raw. So you're like, you know what? You should take an IUD.
I already know where you're going. I saw this one.
You should take an IUD to make sure that we don't have no kids.
Cut down on the problems, man.
So let's just say it doesn't work, right? You're like, it didn't work. You give birth to a baby who is holding the mother's IUD that failed to stop the pregnancy in the first place. I mean, is this Jesus? Your boy came out like, I know what you tried to do. Look at this. He probably snapped it. That is, he's going to do something. This might be the next life. he might be a future leader of America.
Bro, like the craziest thing about this is that, like, all right, so that's the IUD, and like the moment you find out you're pregnant, you're supposed to go to the doctor and have that removed. So the fact that this baby came out holding it, like I'm just worried because like the IUD is supposed to like, you know, kill all the hormones, decrease the hormones so you can get pregnant and all that type of stuff. And it looks like the copper one, so I'm just hoping that the baby is okay. But like the fact that he's still holding it like that, it look like it might be the copper one.
There's like
they got a couple different kinds of those.
Like copper, silver, gold package. Is copper like the one that don't work?
No, the copper one it's different. Like I think the copper one might be more natural than the other one that's like, you know, it has something in it. But either way, like the baby ain't supposed to be holding it like that. That much I know.
That's savage. I love it. He's about to do something.
He's a Highlander. He's literally the last Highlander.
That's such a legendary photo. He's gonna grow up side-eyeing his mom and dad like, y'all really tried to keep a boy. But it wasn't. It's low key. It's not like abortion though. You know, it was like this was preventative, and then it happened, and they had him, and he was just like, it was almost petty. It was just like, yeah. I'm still here. I really like the idea of him breaking it, but looks like they should have got that platinum one. Okay, I guess I said they take an IUD and you don't take one, you get one shoved in you. I'm sorry, I didn't use the right language.
Implanted.
I don't have a vagina. Okay, I didn't even know what an IUD was before this story. Believe it or not. Yep, I don't even know what he's holding.
Oh, man.
I know how IUDs work, but clearly the copper version and there's a T shape. I don't understand it as much as I thought I did.
Somebody said the baby has to be named contraception.
He has to be named Revenge or something epic. Like, that baby is still in this bitch, literally. So wait, explain IUDs.
I don't know exactly everything about them, so I don't want to speak ignorantly, but I just know that like they're one of the most trusted forms of birth control. That's like kind of set it and forget it. It's not like the pill where you have to take it every day.
Oh wow, it looks like a little plastic inside the vagina.
Yeah, so like it goes up there, they put it up the canal, and it's supposed to stay there. Only thing about them is like, you know, sometimes women have shallow canal, and if that's the case, you can feel it. So
what does it do? Does it like?
It releases. I think what it does, it kind of just tricks your body, and so it prolongs or prevents your period because it releases hormones to trick the body to not go to drop the period. So, yeah. But again,
so it doesn't block semen.
It doesn't block semen. No. I
thought it blocked semen. I thought every type of contraceptive was just semen shield. I don't know what this thing is now that I'm looking at it. Both kind blah, 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 prevent pregnancy by changing the way sperm cells move so they can't get to an egg. Oh, it does. Okay. It does block semen.
Okay. Yeah, they just saying, just stop to here. All right, you're right. I said before I started that I don't know everything about these things.
By changing the way sperm cells move so they can't get into an egg. Oh, it's like those things on the train tracks that like switch and then they make it so that when you switch last minute and the train goes right instead of left. That's what it sounds like it is. There's just women in the comments like, you guys move on. All right. They thicken the mucus that lives on the cervix, which blocks. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Somebody said that they prevent ovulation.
Breaks from leaving your ovaries? And then that means there's no egg for... Oh, it's security. It's top flight security. It's pussy security. Okay. You should have just said that. It's a little plastic security guard for your pussy. I mean, I feel like there should be books for men to understand these things.
There are a lot of books. There's also pamphlets, or you could just talk to one of your homegirls.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does every female know this, or do they just know if I put this in there, I won't get pregnant? Because I don't be knowing a lot of like, I be using products that I don't know everything about it, you know?
Well, I mean, something that's going inside your body, you should know everything about. So they're brought up to speed usually by their.
You know what Tic Tacs are made out of?
Tic Tacs? Do I know what Tic Tacs are made out of? Is that your question?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, not. I don't know all the ingredients.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what gum's made out of. There's a lot of stuff that I put in my body. I have no research. Maybe that's maybe that's on us. Maybe we should be researching. I'm asking females, like, do you know exactly what an IUD does, or do you just know like the product, the end product? You know. Okay.
I said, Jennifer said IUDs to Tic Tacs. Gotta love it.
You gotta understand these ways, the ways that you can. Okay, this is actually a very good one. How much do you guys need to go out during this social distancing? Because this is a lot. There was a pub that installed an electric fence at a bar just to ensure social distancing. This was in the UK. They took social distancing measures to the extreme by installing an electric fence by the bar. This is in the Star Inn in Cornwall. Sounds very racist. They said they were sick of customers failing to abide by social distancing rules, so they took it one step further. Before the fence, people were not following the rules. They were doing as they pleased, but now people take heed to the guidance around social distancing.
Here's the thing, though. If you are at a pub, for the most part, you're going to be drinking.
Yes. Once
you start drinking, your equilibrium could be, challenged. Now you fall straight on an electric wire. It's like, bro, I was just trying to enjoy this beer.
The landlord's name is Johnny McFadden, so I'm sure he's beaten up a couple blacks, threatened a couple Asians. I don't think morals are his thing, but it does say that the fence is normally shut off. But it can be turned on. So it's really like a deterrent. But I feel like at that point, just get a drink at your house. Like, there's going to be more people at the bar than you're going to have at a house party, more than likely, unless you go all out. Like, a general packed bar is going to have more people than you would have at your house for something specific. Just get a few bottles and have people at the house if you really have to go out like that. Like, breathing all over each other at a bar or a public place, it's just like, relax. There's ways to pass this pandemic.
There's other way to pass the time, other ways to drink. Like, I get it. Like, people miss social interaction. People miss being out. I get it, bro. I really do. However, but it's still scary out here, man. Y'all got to be safe. That's just not being safe.
It's just really like that thing that's not so serious. It's like that. I think it was a video you did where like security guards on the beach were pouring out liquor, and that white girl was like jumping and trying to drink before it was all poured out. And it's just like, it's never that serious. Why? Why? Speaking of never that serious, this lady, you could just tell by the way she's looking at the camera that she voted Trump. This says, me driving to Idaho to buy groceries due to the Washington mask mandate. Middle finger, hashtag sorry not sorry. They drove from Idaho to Washington just because they felt. This is what's bringing out, the pandemic is bringing out the worst in people. People will go against authority just because they feel like, well, I should be able to do what I want. You drove to another state for some kale and pumpkin latte mix or whatever the hell she's about to get, just to be like, man, I don't have a mask and I won't wear one. Like, you did that to no one but yourself, by the way.
Bro.
Yes. Boss level Karen. Absolutely.
That's just like Ted Cruz. They found Ted Cruz in the airport, not wearing a mask in the airport. Mm-hmm. Then once he got on the plane, he wasn't wearing a mask either. Like, he just refused to look at him, bro. Like, on American Airlines, which American Airlines has, like, put this in their guidelines. It is mandatory for every passenger to wear, but because he's a senator, they didn't enforce it. Look at my man right here with the glasses on his stomach. Look at, just not caring about nothing. Just up there, just living the best life, man.
Jeez. I don't understand it. People really don't give a damn about
Put
anybody.
your damn mask on.
But it's also
stay
like,
your ass at home. That's why you don't have to wear a mask at your house. Stay your ass at home. Ain't nobody forcing you to wear it at your house.
but it's also like, all right, lady, drive your ass all the way over to another state just for that. But it's like, imagine being in a relationship with that, where it's like, you just won't hear, you just gonna get what she's gonna give you. She'll go out of her way to not admit she's in the wrong. I hope she gets to Idaho and they're like, where's your mask? That'd be wild. That'd be wild if that shit didn't even fly in Idaho. She was just like, all right, well, driving to the next state because all these states are crazy. White middle finger. This is
where we live in right now, man.
This is Trump's America.
You know, I was having a conversation with someone, and we got on the topic of the presidential election, because it's coming up, and people need to be aware of everything that's going on. Here's the thing: Joe Biden said something kind of out of pocket, I think last night or this morning, and it was trended for a minute. And a lot of people feel like Joe isn't the best person to lead the country. I don't think he's the best person. However, like, our alternative is to stay with Trump. And so I was talking to somebody, and it's a black young lady, and she was saying that she would rather Trump win. I'm like, immediately, I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? But she was like, look what he's done. Like, he's given all of these racist people so much confidence to come forward and show their true colors. A lot of people we wouldn't know were racist or their feelings toward blacks and other people of color had it not been for Trump. He's shown how bad America really can be and the state that we're in. He showed how politics has failed us with the electoral vote. And from that, now they're going to enforce or can be enforced that if the electoral vote does not support the popular vote, then that person could be fined or do jail time. So through all of his antics and all of his foolishness, we've been able to identify who the allies are, who they aren't. We've been able to make some change. We've been able to mobilize and strategize to hopefully innate change. And she was basically saying, the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't. That was her standpoint. And I kind of want your views on it and the views from the people. What do y'all think about that?
I like that standpoint. I agree with elements of it. You know, like, I was always one that was saying that even though this pandemic is bad, there's a lot of silver linings. You know what I mean? Like, things have to come to a boiling point in order for stuff to really change. So the fact that we are now exploring older cases of injustice based on this stuff, because it was so in our face. Like, George Floyd was a horrible thing that happened, and that man did not deserve to lose his life at all. But it will go down as, like, our generation's almost Emmett Till. It was the catalyst to an entire new age civil rights movement, if you think about it. And like you said, there's a lot of elements, like the pandemic. It forced people to be at home from work, which is bad, but it also gave people all the time in the world to do this. So I do agree with the fact that Trump brought all that to the forefront, and it was almost like a necessary evil for change. But that don't make me want to vote for him again. You know what I mean? I'm not going to vote for him again and be like, keep bringing this evil out. You know, like, we saw it, we're acknowledging it, we're doing our best to change it. But it's going to be a long road, and the beginning of that road starts with getting him out of there and putting somebody who can at least get us started. The next president is not going to wrap up America's horrible history in 4 years. It's just not going to happen. But it just has to be a step in the right direction. But I agree with that lady's outlook on it. I think that bringing all that stuff out was very, very, very important, but that doesn't necessarily connect to me liking Trump or wanting him to stay. I think that just the horribleness that he brought was able to have us address new things. But he got to get the hell out of here, and I still hate him. Still hate him.
Still hate him. Yeah. Get it.
Yeah.
I agree. I understand the sentiments of, the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't know. However, I don't think that, one, the country can handle another 4 years with Trump. Like, the fact that, and granted, because they're showing this video right now, Dr. Fauci on Fox News, and how he said that, I think it was like February 28th or 27th. He was like, keep doing what you normally been doing. You don't have to change your life and all that type of stuff. And then they cut it off. But after that, he says, unless things take a turn for the worse. If we see that this is spreading and it's getting out of control, we need to pull back. You need to reassess, and you need to change your life accordingly. But to fit that narrative, that's what they're putting it up. And it's like they're trying to distance themselves from Dr. Fauci to like try to put it all on him, versus them taking accountability. And the reality is, it was the government's fault. They did not they did not send out a plan quick enough. They had already sent over so many of our supplies to China to try to help and aid them, not thinking that it was going to come over here to us, that we were at a deficit when it did get out of control. We still don't have nationwide testing available. There still are no ways to really trace it. The contagion and track it as well. Like, there's so much stuff we're behind on. And granted, some of this is just science. Like, we can't blame it all on them, because to get a full and a fully approved vaccine, it will take 8 months to a year. And that, like, it has to go through trials and all of that type of stuff. So some of it is science, but like the government, I feel like, did fail us on this one.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I feel like the theme of 2020 is lack of accountability. Like, everything from police, politicians with COVID, Jada Pinkett. Like, nobody this year is taking accountability for anything. Everything is just like, not me. That is 2020 in a whole nother.
Man, oh man, dog. It is crazy out here. It is
all
crazy.
Right, I just put in the chat, horrible transition coming soon. All right, well, if you don't want to listen to Joe Biden all the time, maybe you'll want to listen to Joe Budden. That's right. Today's and if you want to listen to some of the latest raps and rocks and all the latest in music, go and get you some Raycon earbuds. All right, this episode is sponsored by Raycon E25 everyday earbuds. These are their best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and more compact design to give you that nice noise isolating fit. All right. This Raycon has been blowing up. I'm seeing them all over social media. And the reason why they're getting so popular is they are about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds, but they sound just as amazing as all the other top audio brands that you know that are out there. So you can't beat the price, you can't beat the quality. And Ray J sponsors them. You know what I mean? They're out here co-founded by Ray J, Snoop Dogg, Cardi B, Brandy, J.R. Smith. All these people are talking about them, obsessed with them, co-signing them. They are the new earbuds in town. So everyday E25 earbuds, go ahead and get them. We've been using them for a minute. I just started working out in them. It's not like I wasn't using them. I just wasn't working out. But
I had to buy a new pair. This is a brand new pair. Like, the box literally came yesterday, because the ones that I got to promo, I gave to the kid, and she won't give them back. And I'm like, those literally are my workout earphones. She was like, well, my other ones died. So now she has my new earbuds, and I had to go buy some new ones. So this is how much I like. I had to just literally just bought this box, came yesterday.
All right. Well, Tahir's out here buying them up, and now you can too. And you can get 15% off if you go to buyraycon.com/DIYS. Once again, that is buyraycon, RAYCON.com/DIYS. Get 15% off of your Raycon wireless earbuds. And tell them we sent you, even though it'll probably be digital or PayPal. I just like saying, tell them we sent you. It's just like, we don't
Right.
tell who. Tell who.
That boy said from Joe Biden to Joe Button. That was your transition.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start to undo all the transitions that you do.
I did it so smooth too. I did it so smooth. Like you was like, if you're tired of hearing Joe Biden.
Hey, we got a couple people in the scary squad that already got their Raycons. They got the pink ones on deck. Okay. They sent us the blue ones.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
well, jumping back into it. We've been talking about COVID a lot. Let's jump into some conspiracies, some very light conspiracies. All right, the first one is just ridiculous. Not even gonna lie. First one is ridiculous. I don't know how this happened, but squirrels test positive for the bubonic plague in Colorado. Let's just read the caption. Let's just see. Oh no, this is See the God. I thought this was ABC News. He's being wild. But squirrels are out here, first of all, getting tested, and this goes back to the whole tigers getting COVID. Like, why are y'all there are humans that are waiting to be tested, and we got the Tiger King, the most watched thing on Netflix, and all of a sudden there's a tiger with COVID, or a couple tigers with COVID. Now we have squirrels running around with the bubonic plague. Ladies and gentlemen, July's fighter has entered the chat. The bubonic plague.
Here's my thing. You know how difficult it is to like catch a squirrel? Like, I mean, I know that there are people who like track and do this professionally, and I'm sure they I don't know how to do it. Maybe these are test squirrels. They already are in a facility or something like that. But I just know how difficult it is. Like, just to like try to walk up on a squirrel and they be like, oh shit, and they gone. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know how they're doing these tests. If they're random in the wild, it's just like,
got niggas in hazmat suits chasing squirrels in the park. That
big yellow suit is just plomping all around.
I don't believe it. That's the thing. I don't believe this. I didn't believe the tiger thing. I don't believe this. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm ignorant enough to think that COVID is just not real, because I've known too many people who had it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've also just known people who were tested positive. I don't know anybody who got like violently sick or and I know that people are dying of it, but there's a lot of fishiness that I feel like is added to this media circus that is COVID. And I don't believe all of it. And I draw the line at squirrels getting bubonic plague. I draw the line there.
I will say that obviously it's a pandemic. It's gotten out of control. I think that the first responders and the frontliners are completely overworked. I think there is some mix-ups going on, because I read this thing on, it was an article on Twitter about somebody they posted. They said they had missed their COVID test. They missed it. And then they got an email 3 days later saying that they tested positive. And it's like, how did I test positive and I didn't take the test? Like how is that happening? And it's scary, because it's like, bro, what is really going on? Like, what are y'all doing over there that this type of stuff is? Oh, snap, here it is right here. Yeah. I had a scheduled appointment to get tested for COVID, and I missed it. A week later, they sent me results saying I was positive. This happened to 3 of my friends too. Yeah, bro, like, how is this happening? Is this a mix-up in obviously it's human error, but you don't know where it falls off. Like, does it fall off on the tracking? Does it fall off on the doctors? Does it fall off on somebody, like, putting in the results and they got somebody else's results? Because your name is not supposed to be attached to it. You're just supposed to get, like, a number. Right. That number's attached to your name. But it's like, how does that happen?
The weirdest part was you know, I just always keep an ear open to conspiracies anytime there's something going on that people are aware of or not aware of. But this is the biggest thing in the world. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors and firsthand accounts. But there were a couple of accounts that I read about that were saying that they saw like a lot of test kits coming to poorer or minority neighborhoods, whether they were like, you know, low income housing or just primarily Black or Hispanic neighborhoods. And they were doing that test that, you know, reaches all the way through your nose. And people were getting sick from those tests. Like they were basically like accusing them of having tainted tests dropped off in these neighborhoods in these areas, so that you're over here thinking like, okay, let me stick this thing into my brain to see if I have it, when really that's the thing that's giving it to you. So it's like every time I see stuff like that, it just adds another layer of paranoia onto, you know, everything I already have going. But it puts you in a weird position, because now it's just like people are, you don't want to know if you want to test or just see how you feel. And I feel like your body is the main test. And it's like, if you're wearing a mask, staying away from people, staying to yourself, and you're healthy, you're healthy. I just don't see I'm kind of against the test. I don't think I would do it.
Well, here's the thing though. I hear what you're saying too, but there are also different tests. Like they have the tests. Because at first it was just an up the nose joint. And then they have the one where they prick your finger and they taste the blood, and they look at the antibodies and what's present in the blood. Because one of my comedian comrades, Jay Phillips, he tested positive. He was on the road with DL. He tested positive for it. So he had to go for his follow-up. And on a follow-up one, they did it with the finger prick. Now they have one where they can swab the jaw too. So they got 3 different tests out there. So you have options, but you're right. There's no way to tell if anything has been tainted prior to. Like it's a toss up. You don't know. The best thing that you can do is hunker down and isolate yourself and stay or interact with public as little as possible. I know it is impossible sometimes. You still have to go to the grocery store. You may have to run a Target to grab tissue paper and things of that need. But as little human interaction and contact as possible. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is, man. And this is our truth, and this is our life for the next couple months, because it's not going to be over by September. It's not going to be over by Halloween. Like look, nothing that we celebrate regularly, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, nothing will be the same this year. Everything will be changed. Everything. Mm-hmm. This will be in history books. We are literally living through history. It is.
A health crisis jumped on CNN today. I was watching CNN earlier, and he was saying that you don't expect normalcy till summer 2022.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
The way people are going, we're 7 months in, and we're still seeing cases because no one takes it serious. And my whole thing is, I take it serious. I believe that COVID is a thing. I'm wearing my masks. I'm trying to stay inside. I'm not going around large groups of people. But I'm also not getting tested. I refuse to. I'm reading about all this stuff with Bill Gates and how all these people started like inventing nanotechnology and all this wild ass stuff that can happen in your blood and like literally robots that they can. I'm not letting anybody prick me. I'm not putting anything up my nose. I'm good. It could be just like a crazy thing, but I would much rather just listen to my body than let the same people who are just like, yeah, I mean, we're thinking about doing this stuff with, you know, nanotechnology, but don't worry about it. Like, I'm good. I will just be the paranoid dude with the shotgun and the rocking chair, not doing any of that stuff. I'm all right. My parents are up to me at that too.
You say your parents what?
They got the COVID test, and I was like, all right, well, if y'all don't have it, then I don't have it, because I'm not putting anything in my brain.
You acting like a dude when his chick gets tested. You be like, all right, well, if you come back clean, then I'm clean too. Ain't no need for both of us to get tested.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's basically
that's the same thinking. Yeah, it's the same thinking.
It's the same thinking. I mean, because that's what the COVID is. It's basically an airborne STD.
Yeah, That's true. And it's like I'm hanging out with y'all all the time, so y'all don't have it. And then if I, go to a big place like when I was in Vegas or somewhere else, I'll just isolate for 2 weeks and I won't even see my own parents or friends or whatever. And then if I feel fine, I'll go back to it based on the fact that they said 2 weeks is how long it takes. But other than that, I don't trust these guys. I don't trust nobody.
It makes it difficult to trust the government because they're the ones like, finding the test kits, purchasing the test kit, and they're giving it to the health organizations or they're funding it or whatever. But it's like, like 2020 has shown me nothing that convinces me that I should trust the government right now. Like, not a thing in the world. And it's sad to say, man, because these are the people that are in charge. These are the people that make the decisions on our years, month to month, year to year. And it's sad that, like, even now, even with everything going on with COVID, quarantine, and we're still fighting this racial unrest, that I read something today about, like, the minority workers at the CDC are saying that, like, they're experiencing racism, and they're protesting against it because it's like, like, in the midst of everything going on, y'all just can't treat people with respect and kindness. It's like we still got to deal with that every day. It's a lot, man.
But what's crazy is that we think that, like, damn, there's a lot going on right now. Why aren't you guys, like, why are you still being so angry or so racist? And, like, for a lot of these racist people, like, this was a part of the plan. You know what I mean? It's almost like this is their time. You see the KKK is, like, fully marching again. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like they think that this is sort of like the boiling point that they've been hoping for or waiting for. Trump is like the first person to finally make America how it was again. So I don't know. I just feel like it seems like I'm always just like a bigger picture type of thing. And it seems like they're like, this is it. This is our time. And that's why they're overly doing all that stuff when we're just like, yo, what are y'all doing?
Wilding out.
Yep. All right, let's get some bread in this bitch before we let's lighten that shit up a bit, because that's a lot of scary stuff. When you start talking about nanotechnologies, that's when you start ending up on a list somewhere.
He knows too much. Do away with him.
Much. Let me get okay. This is right on. This is actually perfect to lead us out. Is this where we're going in terms of being out there, social distancing? This was I don't know what it is about it, but I kind of like it. It's completely pointless.
She looks like a goddamn bird.
It's a parrot mouth. It's not helping nothing.
It's not.
Just for eating purposes, it looks safe. Are those chicken fries? I don't know why I have a problem with them.
I don't know. It looks like the
meatless version.
Yeah, it looks like if you were at a veggie grill. Who was they serving veggie grill? Bro, like, that's ridiculous.
She do look like a Pokemon. That's true. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's where we're at right now.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I kind of like it. And then, this is well, that'll be the other meat in the sandwich. This is just dumb. I wasn't even planning on putting this. This is just a dude who was awake at 1 a.m. trying to hang like a bat. This don't have no story with it. I just thought it was pretty funny because it's literally 1 a.m. and this is just how niggas be sometimes. Look at the pose. And
you try to hang like a bat at 1 a.m.
It's so stupid. Oh my god, that is just
That's
ridiculous. That's really just stuff that you do when you're drunk,
man.
Yeah. Roll in, rolling. And if you find yourself up at 1 a.m. doing ridiculous stuff because you had too many drinks, make sure you get yourself some DHM Detox. All right. We have been supporting this brand for a minute. I generally have anywhere between 5 to 10 packs available at any point in time in one of my fanny packs. I have a bunch of fanny packs. But DHM is what you need on deck for when you're having too much of the drinkies, all right? Their whole thing is built on the phrase, no days wasted, which means you can enjoy your drinks without next day nausea, brain fog, hangxiety, as they call it, headaches, because there's a common misconception that there's that awful next day feeling is caused by dehydration. It's actually not the case. It's because there's a buildup of alcohol's toxic byproduct. So all of them toxins that come with drinking, that's like a buildup, and that's why you have that next day awful feeling. But DHM Detox uses science to help boost your body's natural response to alcohol and help break down those toxins. So it doesn't just, it actually helps your body do it itself. It's made up of natural ingredients, antioxidants, and vitamins. And you just take 2 capsules. You just take, if you feel like you're going to be drinking a lot, take 2 capsules. If you're going really heavy, go with 4 and double up. But, you know, completely normal the next day. I have had some wild nights and woke up at like 6, 7 a.m. to work out after some DHM. And it really, it works. Like it's
Yeah.
like, I haven't had a hangover since we were introduced to DHM, like no lie. And yeah, they come in convenient little packets that are easy to share with friends and family. And it's just going to be a part of your routine.
Yes, it should be, especially right now, man, with so many people like, you know, drinking and trying to just, you know, whatever it may be, you know, just to get a break from reality, help you sleep at night, whatever it may be. This ensures that you will wake up not feeling like crap the next morning. There's no other way to put it. And like Pat said, since the beginning, we've been rocking with DHM. We are strong believers in it. We are strong purchasers and supporters of it. And if you guys, you know, having, you know, 1 or 2 to 3 drinks a night and you want to make sure that the next day you're good to go, you need to check out DHM. There's no getting around it. Just check out DHM.
And DHM is completely risk-free. So if you're not satisfied after taking the product, if you still have a hangover for whatever reason, I've never heard that, but they will give you your money back. So no brainer. They know it works. Okay. And you know, if you, for just a couple dollars, you can wake up feeling fine after drinking. So there's also free shipping on all US orders. So we got you 20% off of your order. Just go to nodayswastedco.com. Once again, that's nodayswastedco.com and use our promo code DIYS at checkout. Okay. And you can also send a message to @DHMDetox at Instagram if you have any questions. So get you some DHM, get fully loaded, and then get fully loaded, and you won't have a hangover.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I like it. I'll take it.
Was not bad. All right. Let's jump back into this entanglement of a timeline. This is going to be just a very, very short. No. This segment is called Unfortunate for White People. All right. So the first one is, have you ever seen 127 Days with James Franco? He goes hiking.
Hours, 127 hours, yeah.
127 hours, yeah. Damn, days would have been horrible. He would have died. Oof. But doesn't tell anybody where he goes, falls into that little encroachment.
TLC what my dumb ass just did. I had to let out some gas, but I got through there. I got out of there, y'all. Baby Jesus is with me. Oh my God, Avery. We made it. Hey, TLC.
So first of all, I smelled that first breath that she breathed into the camera. Probably doesn't smell great in there, but do you see that? The fact that people do this or do those little close things underwater while they're scuba diving, some people just want to kill themselves or get in a situation where they feel like they're going to die. Like, you need more excitement in your life if you are purposely putting yourselves in situations like this.
Bro, she said what had me dying was that she said I just had to let out a little gas.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. She farted to get through there, so that's why I was saying I do not enjoy the smell of this video. Look at
God,
this.
Avery. We made it. Wait till y'all see what my dumb ass just did. I had to let out some gas, but I got through there.
Yeah, she farted. I don't know if the fart like got her less bloated so she was skinnier, or what if the fart like boost rocket her out of the pinch that she was in. So it was just
Yo, what is going on, bro? Why she do that?
it doesn't look like you can get through there. So why? Just to put the fire department through something that they didn't have to be in? Like,
where is she at? Like,
it's not even scenic. It looks like some magic school bus shit, like they're going through like the human skin cells or something. But she looks very drunk. I wouldn't be surprised if she was drunk. That is just a sport I have no interest in. Scuba diving, spelunking, or whatever this is considered. Nah. Look how skinny that is. No. Nope.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nope.
The way my hips and thighs is set up, that's a hard pass for your boy. I got Emma Jean's hips and thighs. That's gonna be a no for your boy.
So in another situation where a person got themselves in something that they shouldn't have, this is an extremely short story about flexing, the wrongdoings of flexing. So you see this guy, he's taking, he's doing the pose. He's fanning it out, probably did a couple of money phones. You see what you would think is the homie in the picture. Now, I don't really take pictures with people that I don't know at all, unless it's just like somebody who walks up and recognizes me. So it's like, this does not look like that situation, but you got to be pretty comfortable with the people in your photo to do a flex like this. Like, This wasn't just like, yo, what up? Can we take a picture real quick? Like, I assume there was some comfort. But now we see what seems like the same, maybe it's a different hoodie, but
that one looks different. Yeah, that dude has braids too, or locks.
How do you know that other dude doesn't have locks?
Zoom in on the other guy real quick. Yeah, I don't.
He got some.
Nah.
But either way,
it's a different hoodie.
Call the cops, bro. Call the cops.
Woo, that's unfortunate. When you're doing this in a photo, there's assuming there's some types of assumption that you're not the nigga to call the cops. So to already be in a purple snakeskin jumper or whatever that is, hoodie, and to be also the nigga to be like, yo, please call the cops. Just overall, scary squad. Careful who you flex in front of, or be careful flexing in general. And if you could, don't flex. I think that's Bro, probably just.
So hold on. First off, let me give a shout out to Jeff B. He said we should have a segment called "This Is How I Shouldn't Be Alive." Every show.
What you mean? This is how I shouldn't be alive?
Like old girl with the rock thing. The previous one we were just looking at, the chick with the
I see his comment. It's basically the segment is called "I Shouldn't Be Alive."
Yeah, and this story could be on there too. This like, bro, what? This is.
How did I get here? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah,
that second story definitely looks like the beginning of a BET story, like of a BET movie. It's like, I bet you wonder how my dumb ass getting robbed in broad daylight. Let me take it back to the beginning.
I wonder if this dude, this character on the left with the red shirt was in the jumping. Oh, he sure was. That was his. That
was him. I didn't see it.
Was that his pants?
I don't know. All of them wear those type of pants, and I don't know. Just.
Woo. Yeah, I feel like that is a rapper though. I see the comment saying that's a rapper from New York. That seems like some rapper from New York type of shit. Shit grimy out here, man. If anything, shit is grimy. You got to know that.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? Speaking
I don't even
of,
want my family to know I got money. Like, anytime they call me, I'm like, I ain't got it on me, man. I ain't got it on me. I ain't got it on me.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that. We also got this guy. White supremacist Daniel Lewis Lee was put to death as the U.S. carries out the first federal execution in 17 years. We have the death penalty back, and it was for a supreme white supremacist. I learned a lot about myself when I read this.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about myself. I was like, I did not know I was this cold when it comes to human life, but I don't care. I don't really care. I don't really care. Kill the nigga. Kill all of them. I don't know how I feel about the human death penalty, but I do know how I feel about this. And he looks like he said the N-word thousands of times too many.
Oh,
so, I see he got a little swastika, which means he's not a big fan of the Jewish people.
Yeah, just say about it.
The swastika really means you're not a fan of anybody. I don't know anybody who's loves black and Mexicans but has a Nazi or a swastika because of just Jewish people. But
yeah,
I don't know how racism works. But yeah, I mean, does this make you a bad person for being completely jaded to stuff like this?
I don't know. Like, there are some people that are like, yo, no life should be taken by anyone. Let God do the judgment and things like that. And I respect their thoughts and things like that. But I don't know, man. That's a heavy conversation. I don't know if I'm ready to have it in front of the camera because, like child molesters, it's a special place in hell for them, bro.
Some states are trying to chemically castrate people who do sexual abuse.
Yeah. Anyone that's ever raped a woman, special place in hell for them. Anyone that like regularly or not even regularly, people that just abuse other people, especially women, special place in hell for y'all, man. Like I just don't support any of that. I'm not gonna say anybody deserves to die, but I'll just say I understand. I understand how people can feel that way.
Just for some context, he did kill a whole family back in the 90s. Oh, is that a new age swastika? I don't know what that is. I'm looking at this. But I guess his last words were, I didn't do it. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'm not a murderer. You're killing an innocent man. Which sucks to, usually you think their last words are something cryptic and horrible, but for the last words to be like, this wasn't me, that still must make you feel some type of way, no matter how you actually feel about it. But it says that he's Earl Peterson, whose daughter, granddaughter, and son-in-law were tortured, killed, and dumped in a lake by Lee and an accomplice back in the 90s. That is, yeesh. But I guess the family member even said they have opposed Lee's execution, telling CNN last year that she did not want it done in her name. Yeah, that's I think that's the whole thing about execution is that, like, people say that we shouldn't be doing God's work. But yeah, that was just an interesting story for me because I feel like regardless of how you feel about the nature of the punishment politically, it's like we're so jaded to death now. It just bothered me that I felt like how I felt there. It was very honest, but it was like it's still weird. Like, I
just feel like, man, why? how hard is it just to be a decent person? I feel like it takes more energy to walk around with that hate for somebody because of their race, their skin color, creed, origin, or sexual orientation. Like to mentally say every time I see this person, I fucking hate them, or I hate this race, whatever. It seems like it's exhausting for you to walk around with that all your life, and it's futile because no matter where you go, you're gonna see people that are different. Even if you're in somewhere and everybody's all the same race. What's to say that somebody isn't gay there? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to encounter people who are different no matter where you go. And for you to walk around with that type of hatred and just not have acceptance in your heart, it just seems it's a lot. You're giving people so much real estate in your mind, in your head, in your heart for free. And it serves no purpose, none whatsoever.
That's what I learned this year, though, from just the blatant racism of some people. It's like, before I was that person that tried to explain to somebody or argue with somebody. You know, I tried to like change their mind or like they said something like this. So it's like, no, this is why you're wrong. And this is why you shouldn't be racist. That was wasted energy, because that is like so much that you have to undo. And what is your interaction with that person going to be? Maximum 5 minutes. You know, if it's online, it might be like throughout a few hours if it's that bad. But like, at the end of the day, this is something that stems from, you know, their
upbringing.
Their whole,
a lot of it is the upbringing.
The whole family tree. It could be one scenario that happened to you a long time ago. You know, like it's so much stuff you got to undo that you just got to like. It's almost just like, bro, all right.
Yeah, there are some teachable moments, but the person has to be willing and open-minded enough to even engage in that conversation. If you can tell that the person's not even on that page, you know that you're just wasting energy and exhausting it for no reason, because they're not going to be receptive to it. So
most extreme ones aren't susceptible for that kind of stuff. Like if you go out of your way to scream all lives matter or attend an all lives matter rally just to yell at people who are protesting police brutality, like I don't think you're in a learning mood. You know what I mean? It's just that you're letting your hate for other things. That's what I think it is. Like the whole all lives matter. It's like, you guys are clearly mad about a bunch of other stuff, but you're letting it leak out through all lives matter, because once we break it down to you guys have no idea what you're saying anymore. You're just like, I mean, I'm just racist. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. Blue lives matter, all these things.
I'm just opposed to anything black. So all lives matter is the only thing I can get behind and rally and champion. So that's where I'm at with it.
And
I really don't care about all the lives. I just want you to know that, you know, black lives don't matter more. We never said that. Yeah, but I just wanted you to know. Okay, but black lives matter too. No, but all lives matter. Well, black lives are in all lives. Yes, but also no. Like, what the fuck? What? You know how stupid that is?
Strip away all of the logic, and it's really just, I don't like black people. White power. It's really just white power conformed to something you can say in society and still, you know, maybe keep your job. But I don't know. All lives matter is sounding a lot.
All lives matter is literally sounding a lot more like white power. More and more.
It is. And this year did that.
What you just said is it's the white power that keeps your job. That's how white people say white power and still have their job, by saying all lives matter. But there it is. We put it out there. Do with it what you will.
But it definitely is getting worse. Like all lives matter is getting like stripped away, and we're seeing what it really. We've always known what it was, but it's starting to. People are starting to feel less and less comfortable yelling it. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, look, man, we got to hop on this call in a minute, and I got to get ready here to run some errands, pay some bills real quick. So, listen, guys, thank y'all so much for watching another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. And thank y'all so much for following, supporting, subscribing, signing up for the Patreon. If you're not signed up for the Patreon, sign up for the Patreon. We do a lot of cool things. We're about to start watching. We're going to have watch parties where we watch movies. We do meet and greets with the fans all the time, the supporters all the time. We do chit chat and cereal. We're bringing back Lunchtime Lottery. We're just working out some stuff. But yes, we're going to bring back the Zoom version of Lunchtime Lottery. And yeah, man, it's just a lot of cool stuff. It's a way for us to engage with our supporters that is way more intimate than just doing it on here. You guys hear us talking to them and answer some of their questions while they're watching it early, because we film this on Tuesdays and then we give it to everyone on Thursdays, but they're watching it right now. We got 118 people in here, and some of them at work. Other ones will be able to watch it because the link stays in our Patreon. And then we also do a lot of cool stuff. So check us out on the Patreon. And yeah, thank y'all so much, man. I've been to hear more.
And I'm Patrick Cloud. We will see you next week, guys. Later.
Peace.